Okay, you guys, I just wanted to get on here to let you guys know that I got my license today. So, and I have my graduation certificate. So it's just like I graduated again, you guys. It's just like I graduated again. Um, so I was issued that today by PWA today. So when you guys go to the website, you're going to see that under my certifications tab. And here's the good thing, you guys. You will still be able to um, get service by me. What it is, you would have to sign and complete a PWA membership form where I would go and you would fill that form out and then I would sign it. And then on the bottom, you would put my license number on the bottom of that paperwork. It is 7 digits. You're going to put PWA dash my license number. By law, I have to put my license and certification certificate on the website. Just where you guys see my other certifications at. So that section over there under certifications will be getting full. There's two more licenses that I have to get, and I have time. I have time, you guys. I have time when it comes to the naturopathic products. That's not going to be until the end of the year. That's not going to be until the end of the year, you guys. And that's going to allow me to be able to make natural products. And then that will allow me to be able to sell those products from in my home. There is a zoning license that I have to get, which is an occupational license. And then there is the home base permit license that I have to get. You know when you used to be a kid and you had the candy lady in the store in her home. By law, you have to be licensed to sell things out of your home, and you cannot sell other people's products. So on the back of M&Ms or Skittles, whatever kind of candy you guys like, there is a little disclaimer that says not for retail sale. Okay. So there is a home based permit license that I have to get, and there is an occupational license that I have to get. And with those license, it will be able to allow me to make what you guys see on the website, all of that herbal stuff. It will give me permission to be licensed to sell those products in my home and make them. Not only that, I also have to register each one of those products to the FDA and the Department of Health. And there is a fee to register each one of those items. And I have candles and all kind of things on there. So each one of those items would have to be registered with the state. And I would have to create a label. So, for example, if you guys were to come to me and you were to buy, I don't know, lotion for me, whatever lotion is on there, there would be clear ingredients, directions, all of that FDA label warning. Of course, my label, my logo would have to go on there. It's just a lot of regulations and safety stuff, you guys. And this is why when you're dealing with the holistic side of a business, like what I'm dealing with, you have to be licensed. You have to be licensed, you guys. And this is why I kept telling you guys about be careful going to these different herbalists and holistic practitioners, and there's no credentials behind them. You guys see my credentials on the website. Okay. You see it on there. Even though I'm certified to do what I do, I'm licensed to do what I do under a organization that will defend me legally in what I do. I'm not just out here running with a certification and thinking that's enough. No, you guys. I was actually led to go this route um, pertaining to, everything with my business. So I'm licensed to do what I do, you guys. I'm licensed, I'm protected under an organization that protects holistic providers like myself. And there's different kind of organizations out here that are going to protect holistic providers. There's different organizations that will protect herbalists. Even though I'm an herbalist, I still have those skills and certifications to do wellness coaching and consultations and all of that, because it's all tied in with the herbalism certification that I have. Now, if I really wanted to go off into the herbalism world where I can make supplements and make vitamins and prescribe herbs and all this stuff here, I would then have to get licensed to do that. But since I'm going to stay more on the holistic wellness side, um, then I really don't have to worry about that. I wasn't trying to get off into that field. Now, there are herbalists out here who do prescribe herbs and sell herbs from their home. It gets a little bit more intense, but a lot of my herbal remedies are into the products that I make. Okay. It's into the products that I will be making, the soaps, the lotions, the candles, the balms. It's more into the natural product making of the products that I will be selling. So that's not going to be until later in the year. And like I told you guys, I don't sell products during the summertime due to natural products and the weather, climate, and all that stuff there. These products would have to be in a cool temperate area. When you're making these items and you're selling them, they have to be stored in a cool temperature area. So, me selling my products later in the year, like in the fall time, will give me plenty of time to get these other license in and get everything registered to sell on the website. Of course, I can make everything and store it in my home and have it, stored in my home in a shelf-stable area. But until everything is approved and registered by the state, I'm not going to distribute those products until I get the okay from the FDA, the Department of Health, and from the zoning and occupational license or approved, as well as the home-based permit. So I just want to throw that out there, you guys. And that's kind of why the natural product making of my website stuff is not going to be until later in the year, because it will give me time to make those products, B, get everything registered and everything licensed for me to do that. But I just wanted to get on here to let you guys know. And even if I was doing wellness consultations from my home, I would still have to get that zoning license and home-based permit. But by me doing those services strictly, virtually, this is kind of why I don't have to go through all of that right now. But I will have to get those licenses. But right now I am licensed to do wellness coaching and all of that. There's quite a number of licenses that have to be done, you guys. When you're owning a business, whether it's in your home or whatever. And eventually I will take my practice to more of a in-person facility. But for right now, everything is kind of going to be done virtually, because I do not have a practice, a physical building that my clients can come to right now. It is something that I am thinking about doing in the future, but not right now. And when you're running a business, you kind of have to start out small and then you kind of grow where you want to grow. And I can still have my online store and still have a physical building in place too. So this license not only protects wellness coaches, Reiki healers, et cetera, it also protects yoga teachers. It protects anyone in the holistic field, you guys. And, even though I'm certified in herbalism, okay, I am also skilled in these areas pertaining to wellness coaching. And I am going to go back to school sometime next year. And I am going to further out my current certification into a bigger degree. Um, I'm probably going to end up going back and doing a wellness coaching certification or degree. That's probably the route I'm going to go. Since this is the path that I'm on, this is the path that I'm currently taking. And the good thing about herbalism, you can go in any kind of field you want to go into. I am definitely going to venture out into more of a integrative health or wellness path that's kind of going to get me, licensed even more, even certified, not licensed, but certified even more than where I'm at, more knowledgeable than where I'm at. So that is something I am going to do, you guys. I did go and look up for wellness coaches through my college, and there are some required classes that I've already taken that they would just incorporate over, and I would just go ahead and become more skilled in that area for wellness coach. I'm not looking to become an herbalist, you guys, like one who prescribes and treats and all that stuff there. We're not even treating, this is for entertainment purposes, but to prescribe and to give alternative health remedies. I'm not looking to do that. I think my calling is more along the lines of dealing with my clients one-on-one and more of a wellness consultation presentation. Um, there are people out here who do work with herbs and they do prescribe herbs and all that stuff there. I'm not looking to branch off into that. I'm going to stay on the holistic side of where I'm at, that deals with what you're eating and all this stuff here, and educate on plant medicine, aromatherapy. And the good thing about being a wellness coach is we can do. So I'm not going to really go off into the herbalism world, you guys. Even though I'm certified as an herbalist, the good thing about that herbal studies certification that I have it can kind of branch off. If I really wanted to go into aromatherapy, I could. If I wanted to go into Reka healing, I can. If I wanted to go into wellness coaching, I can. And as of right now, I am certified and licensed as a holistic provider, you guys. So I literally just graduated again today, you guys. I did tell you guys that I had training to do, and then I had that exam. So I passed the exam 2 days ago, and they sent me my graduation completion certificate and my license. They emailed me that information today digitally. So it's just like I graduated again, you guys. I have not called my school to let them know that I am now with an alliance organization. I am under a 2-year contract with these people, and I have to go along with their guidelines in order to run my practice. They're just here to protect me, you guys. Literally from the government, doctors, just the feds, anyone who may decide they're going to show up at my door, right? This will protect me. That and my attorney. So, you guys, I'm very excited that I have my license and graduation certificate. So I'm licensed. I'm a licensed provider now. Like I told you guys, when you're dealing with the holistic world, there are so many safety regulations, and this is why I keep telling you guys got to be careful getting out here, listening to certain people who are selling you herbs and telling you about herbs, and these people have no credentials behind them. When you guys go to my website, you see my certifications there. Okay. The same information I showed on here, it's on my website. It's on my LinkedIn page. That LinkedIn page on my website is my business page for my website. So I always paper trail myself because I want people to know that I am licensed to do what I do and I have the credentials to do what I do. I'm not just speaking just to speak. And I'm out there, you guys. I have a reputation and a recognition that I have to keep afloat. So when it comes to the natural products on my website, just like if you guys go and someone is selling you something on here or anywhere, you have to be licensed to do that. Because if I go and I'm selling you guys some of my, holistic products, and I don't know, you have an allergic reaction, there's no disclaimer on the product. I'm not registered with the state. Guess what? You can sue. And now I'm in trouble, and now I have failed to comply under PWA and the state and the IRS and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So what am I saying? When you're thinking about opening a business, make sure all your ducks are in order legally. Okay. It's not about just getting out here, boom, opening up a business, boom, I'm gonna sell this. No. You don't have to be educated to open up your own business, but having business management, having business skills are important. Kind of having that experience there is important, but it's going to be very important that you make sure that you are following the guidelines and running a business properly. Okay. So there's some little things that I have to take care of before I start selling any natural products off of my website, you guys. And it's perfect timing. I'm not looking to sell anything right now. It's about to start getting hot. We have hurricane season coming up. And I don't really want to be trying to deal with all of that while we're moving. And then, me selling natural products to you guys, there are regulations under the state and all of that that has to be honored before I can even make or sell those things out of my home. So that's not until, later in the year, you guys. Like around September time, going into the end of the year, I will, start making and selling those products. Well, I will start making them in the summertime, but I won't start selling them until the fall time once everything is cleared with the state. And, I have those license and permits in place to do that. And I have the okay from the FDA and the Department of Health. Okay, because there are guidelines that I have to follow for that. So that is the natural product part of, my website. Okay. But for right now, I'm on the holistic side of everything, and the wellness side of everything pertaining to what I do. And like I said, I will be going back to school sometime next year. Okay. Maybe even at the end of this year. So we shall see how everything plays out under this administration. That's why I'm saying next year. The latest, I would be going back this year under this administration. And I would just further out my current certification into a wellness and holistic degree, integrated health or wellness coaching certification, probably what I would go towards, and just incorporate everything into that. And then from there, if I wanted to go into aromatherapy, I can do that. But they teach you a lot of this stuff, aromatherapy and all this stuff in these courses. Even how you can incorporate different oils in your foods. But I'm not going to be selling hemp-like foods or anything like that. Most of the products that I'm going to be making and selling are your ointments, your salves, even possibly household cleaning supplies at some point in time on my website, natural products. Okay. So, where I'm at is pretty much going to be your natural products, and you start getting off into the household cleaning supplies and other remedies that are natural, then that's when the FDA has to get involved. Even though you can't eat these cleaning supplies and things like that, the FDA has to be involved. That's just how it is, for regulations and safety. But most of the things will be my lotions, my salves, my ointments, my candles, my soaps, things like that. Okay. Even my gift baskets at some point in time on the website. I just have not added that on there yet. So, yes, you guys, but I just wanted to get on here to let you guys know that I am licensed. And I just graduated again. Just graduated again. So I'm definitely going to be celebrating at the end of this month. A lot of graduations, you guys, a lot of leveling up, a lot of elevating myself up the ladder. And, when you get higher up this ladder, it gets pretty competitive in a pretty dangerous world. So I have to protect myself, you guys. I have to protect myself online here. I have to protect myself in general. I did update my Google business information, you guys. Since I am a virtual private practice, I wanted to kind of reserve a lot of information on there. So I did have it taken down and I did update it with Google. So that information should reflect in the next couple of days, along with my new hours and everything. And it's going to reflect on the website too. So I'm not going to be open on Mondays, but I will be open on Tuesdays to Fridays. So Mondays will be more for my intakes. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays will be for my consultations with my clients. And then Thursdays are for follow-ups. So that is how my schedule is set right now. And I am still going to continue to deal with business things. And today I've been working on some templates and some other paperwork for my clients, adjusting my booking calendar. And like I said, I literally have to get some paperwork printed out next week, try to get all of that printed and everything going. So in the meantime, my clients, they would just email me all of their paperwork and I would just save it in their file folders under my Google Drive. For my practice, that's where everything would go digitally. I do need to get a bookkeeping app on my phone. I'm going to go dig around and look for that. That kind of keeps a record of paperwork. Not my paperwork, not my templates. I have my Google Drive for that. But this is going to be to protect my client's paperwork in an encrypted bookkeeping folder. Digitally, I will have their digital records, and then I would have their hard copy records. You guys, I even went back and bought one of those books that kind of keeps a receipt of everything for payments for my log. So I do have a file folder on my phone, and this is where everything will be saved. All of my clients' digital records would be protected there in a bookkeeping file folder. And in case PWA wants to have access to that, they would just contact me for that, or any client, I would just go to their file folder and release their information to them. Once they sign the release of medical information form with me, and their information would be stored for up to 4 years, 3 to 4 years. So that's where all of my clients, and I am going to, when I do get off of here, there is a bookkeeping file folder that I can have password encrypted that will protect, my clients' personal information on there. And that is where their information would be stored until they would like to have access to it. And then, of course, I am going to get hard copies of everybody's paperwork in file folders that I'm going to have that will be protected. So I just wanted to get on here to let you guys know what's going on, what has been going on. The fact that I am now licensed to do what I do, I'm good to go. So but if you would like to be a client of mine, you would have to sign a PWA agreement form. It is free. It is free of charge to become a member. You would just sign that form. I would digitally add you into the system under the referral link, and you would be registered under me. You would be referred by me, and you would be added on there, and you would become a client of mine. But in order for me to see you, you would have to become a PWA member, which is free. Which is free of charge. There's no charge to become a member. You would just simply fill out your paperwork, and you would use my PWA license number, and you would be added under me, and you would have access to all of the providers that are under the PWA register. Okay. So I just wanted to throw that out there. So nothing changes about what's on the website. Everything still stays the same with my services and how they are. Being that I do not align with the medical field, HIPAA, or any of that, there's no need for HIPAA forms, no need for any of that, you guys. Since I am under contract. So PWA does not affiliate with the medical field or doctors. But I definitely wanted to get on here and share this information with you guys. I was off yesterday and today. And then, of course, I have no clients on Friday because Mondays are really my intake days where clients can hit me up, 15-minute consultation. I only do everything by appointment only. So I do intakes on Monday. I don't do it on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays because those days are for my consultations and follow-ups. So clients would definitely need to contact me. If you can't contact me on a Monday, then definitely, message me on the website, and then I will, schedule you in. Even with my intakes, that's only on Mondays, you guys. That is to see if my services can help you before you can even book with me. And then I have to give myself time to be able to get your documentation and paperwork in before you can even book with me. So even though you may do your 15-minute consultation with me, you may not be booked in until all of your paperwork is complete. So your day can fall on Wednesday. If you would just get your paperwork in on time, there is a chance that we can definitely schedule for Tuesday. It's just depending on you getting your paperwork completed. I would just tell all of my potential clients, go ahead, get your paperwork going, schedule your 15-minute consultation with me, and send me that paperwork over. And, before your consultation with me. And then I have everything, and then I can really begin to work on your case and everything. And when we do have our first session, I have everything ready. I'll have everything ready for you. Everything's good to go. We can go over everything, and our consultation will then start Tuesday. Okay. And I think my booking calendar is open at 10 a.m. And then the latest client that I can see is at 6:10. Or that would be the last client that I would see, would be like at 5:20 until like 6:10 or something like that, 5:30, something like that. I think it's like 5:20 is the last client that I would see until 6:10. So I do have evening appointments for my clients because I know that a lot of parents get off late in the evening. So I do have 5 and 6 o'clock appointments available for my clients. I don't do anything past 6 o'clock. So I don't do weekend appointments either. I don't do weekend appointments. It may be something that I consider in the future, but for right now, my weekends are really going to be reserved for group sessions and things like that I will be doing on the weekend with my clients. So, and I do need to work on some PowerPoint presentations for that here soon. So I kind of want to leave the weekends open, but for the most part, I do. I just wanted to get on here and share this, you guys. I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna continue to enjoy the rest of my week. I don't have a caseload this week. Um, it's to be expected. Um, because I was just added into the directory today and just issued my license today. So I'm really not going, really wasn't expecting any clients this week. Going into next week, it's open. That may change. That may change next week or the week after. So I'm only doing 12 clients in a 3-month cycle, you guys, because that's how my booking calendar is set. I'm only doing 12 clients right now. I think that's my max capacity right now. I think I may be able to get in 18 clients. But the way how my booking calendar is scheduled, I think it is scheduled for anywhere from 12 to 18 clients. So that is the max that I can do. And in the event that, I am booked up, like I said, in 3 months, you can always follow back up with me. I would just add you on the waiting list and contact, you back to see if you're still interested in my services. And then I would get you in for your 15-minute wellness visit with me for free. And if I have your paperwork, then we would go over some of that a little bit. And then I would schedule you for your first wellness consultation visit with me, depending on the day and time, you prefer. I would, like I said, I would just tell anyone who's thinking about getting services with me to start getting your paperwork together now. Get it, go ahead and sign it, get it back to me, and then schedule your 15-minute consultation with me, and then I can have everything and get you booked in as quick as the next day, Tuesday. Parts on my website, there are some parts on there where there are required documents that need to be completed, as well as that PWA membership agreement form that would need to be completed before you can even book with me. So that paperwork would need to be done, and then you would need to go ahead and follow up with me in your first visit. And even if you can't get in on a Tuesday, definitely go for Wednesday if you can't get everything in on time, or even Friday. Okay. The quicker you can get your paperwork in, the quicker you can get in to see me. So even if you do your 15-minute consultation with me and you schedule with me, then if I have your paperwork same day, you can be booked in with me the next following day. You would just get all your paperwork in and then go ahead and go to that booking calendar and book with me for your first visit. Go ahead and get on the booking calendar and then make your first payment, and then we can go from there. And then I would just update you on follow-up appointments and all of that, which would be done every other week. So if you're going to go ahead and pay for your follow-ups, you might want to do that ahead of time in advance, because that can get filled up pretty quick. So I would just tell you, go ahead and book your first wellness, go ahead and book your follow-up. So if you do your first wellness with me on a Wednesday, you would then do your follow-up with me, not the same week, not the next week, the week thereafter. I would give you a day when you would need to follow up with me for that Thursday, whatever day that Thursday follows on, for you to do your follow-ups. And then you would just choose a time that works for you and then just schedule from there. And that's what you would need to do. Even if you come in, you have your follow-up with me, you need to, when it ends, you need to go right ahead and schedule for your next follow-up visit. And the way how my calendar is set up, it goes from month to month. So I would tell you to go ahead and kind of schedule ahead of time. A lot of my clients, they go right ahead and they're going to pay for everything up front. And then you can go ahead and book and reserve your times and days ahead of time. You're already penciled in. I already got you. And then now I know when to expect to see you and at what time. Okay. So that's at least how it needs to be. So if a time does not work that is available or something like that, you can always reach back out to me and I will squeeze you in if I have to. Um, Especially if there are some cancellations or no shows. Definitely reach back out to me. Let me know, hey, the day that I'm supposed to see you, the time that I want to see you is not available. What do I do? There may be a cancellation or something, and then I can squeeze you in. I can squeeze you in. Okay, I'm pretty flexible, and I would just squeeze you in and do your session with you. Okay, but you have to contact me to let me know that, and we can work around that. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I've been on here a little minute now. I have to go take care of some messages and things like that. But I wanted to get on here to let you guys know what's going on so that you guys are aware. And I'm gonna get off of here. You guys have a good evening. Have a good week. I've been dealing with a little migraine headache for 2 days. It's kind of subsided a little bit. I don't have anything going on tomorrow with the practice other than, getting this paperwork printed out for my clients and things like that, and kind of getting everything sorted for that, for their paperwork. When it does start coming into my email, I have their paperwork to go ahead and attach into their file folder digitally. And then from there, in bookkeeping folders, from there, I can go ahead and print their paperwork out to have, because I'm one of these practitioners. I need to see the paperwork in paper. I need to see it. I need to analyze it, go over it, and then kind of go from there. Okay. But let me get off of here. Here's my ex-husband, you guys, coming to get our daughter. You guys have a good evening, and I will see you guys in the next one.